Alright y'all, so I don't have a lot of time this morning, but this morning I'm in James, and honestly, I don't know if you guys watched my other channel or my last Bible study, but I low-key was just having a little bit of doubt, and I feel like that's normal. I feel like sometimes I get on here and start talking about things I'm feeling or things that are going on, and then everybody's like, oh my god bro, you're overreacting, and like bro, this is just like real life. But anyways, James 1:3-6. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Such a person is double-minded and unstable in all they do. And it's crazy because above that is trials and temptations in James, and I have all of that highlighted from 2 to 5, but I didn't have the actual part about belief highlighted, which means I either skipped over it or I didn't think it was important. I actually have 2024 written there, so I'll just want to show you guys. But if you look, I've got 2024 written, and then this is the part that I hadn't even, you know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy because, you know, whenever the last time I read this was, and now it's a year later, and now I'm dealing with the doubt that I overlooked at the time. Because you like to pose yourself to be so confident and so firm in your beliefs and whatever, until you're put in a position where you really have to stand on it, until you really have to see if you're about it, if you're really going to believe and choose what God says, or if you're going to kind of give in to the doubt or the temptation or the words of people around you and stuff like that. I look, was just doubting so much. I didn't know if this stuff was for me. I didn't know if you know, I was reaching people like I wanted to, or adding value to people's lives, or helping them out and whatever they're going through. And then the last thing I just wrote towards the bottom, I said, you're in the way of your own blessing. And I just thought it was crazy because it was literally like, the person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Anyone who doubts, you know what I mean? So it's like just that little bit of doubt can can ruin everything. It can stop you from trying. It can stop you from reaching out. It could stop you from connecting. It could stop you from networking or calling people or reaching out to people or even having a connection on a daily basis. But it's like, that was the one thing I overlooked about a year ago, and now we're a year later, you know? And it just kind of reminds me, like, when I'm reading the Bible, to make sure that I'm reading everything and I'm going through it in a way that's helpful to me or that caters to my situation, and not just like skimming over it or brushing past it, because I have a lot of James underlined, and you know, I've absolutely read through it, but it's like something about this doubt part, whatever I was dealing with at the time, just was not important. But now it's a year later and I'm back in James, and I'm like, well dang, like imagine if I actually paid attention to that, I may not be feeling the way I was, or doubting like I was, or you know what I'm saying? Just kind of that little 2 cents. So just maybe a little reminder for you guys, you know, as you're going forward, don't doubt God, man. It's really hard to expect the blessings, like the Bible says. It said that person should not receive anything, you know. So how are we going to receive anything we don't believe? How are we going to have any wisdom that we don't believe? How are we going to pray and not believe, you know? Like, that's what this whole thing is kind of around. But yeah, I just hope that helps you guys this morning.